Hello! So I have just been to the Expo to pick up my race number for the Seville Half Marathon, which is already distant day. And I've been in Seville for exactly 1 week now. I arrived last Friday. I didn't do a video covering my past couple weeks of training simply because since peak week, which was week 3, documented in the previous training video, well, the volume has drastically come down, the sessions have got shorter, and it's been pretty much exactly the same as what I did before Malaga Half Marathon in December. But I'll put the recap of week 4, which was last week, on the screen for you right now. This is where I did my last long run before the race, and 16k didn't even feel that long, and it was less than 60k total for the week. But if you're interested in the details, it's all on Strava, and the link is always in the description. And this week, race week, well, it's also been very light. I didn't run Monday. Tuesday I did my usual race week taper session, which is warm up, 2 times 800 meter, 4 times 400 meter, cool down. I think overall that was about 10k. Wednesday was just an easy 6k. Yesterday, Thursday, I didn't run. And this morning it was a 40-minute run, all easy except 5 times 30 seconds speak up. And tomorrow, my last run before the race, will just be an easy 20-minute run. I went to the gym 4 times this week, basically from Monday to Thursday, but I did not train legs at all. My last leg workout was Sunday last week. And yeah, I'm not going again until after the race. Interestingly, Seville Half Marathon are saying that they are the flattest half marathon in Europe. But if you remember, the half marathon I did in Malaga, the one in November, they were also saying that they are the flattest half marathon in Europe with their new course. So, which one is it? Anyway, let's quickly talk about my goals for tomorrow's race. Well, I'm actually not going into it with a specific goal time in mind. As always, I will do my absolute best. I will give absolutely everything on the day. But if you look at my past 2 races, the ones that I did in Malaga, they turned out to be my best results yet. And I raced intuitively, I trusted myself on the day, I didn't really have a goal time in mind, and it paid off. I trusted that I could hold the pace, and it worked out. So I'm going to try this strategy again. I've trained very seriously. The sessions have gone well, the long runs have gone well, I've not missed any run, and hopefully this great training block will translate into a great race tomorrow, but you never know. You can only hope. The one thing I'm worried about tomorrow is actually the weather. It's going to be colder than what I expected, basically 3 degrees when I start, 5 degrees when I finish. Thankfully it's going to be very sunny, so that will help, but I think I'm going to have to wear gloves. I don't even have arm warmers, and I've not been able to find a suitable pair of arm warmers here. I don't know if I'll be able to wear my usual race vest. Maybe I'll have to go with a t-shirt. Yeah, how to dress tomorrow? Not quite sure. And then race day came around. So this is before the start. It was freezing. And this is the finish with my medal. And once again, there's no race footage, and I'm so sorry about that, guys. I wish I was joking, but the camera fell off the case on the course and I realized too late. So all I have is the little clips that I filmed on my phone, and I have lost the camera. I don't know how it happened, but it did happen at the 5k mark at the first water station. Because it was cold, I was wearing gloves, but my fingers were still frozen. And at this station, they were giving away bottles of water that were not pre-opened. So between my fingers being frozen and my gloves reducing my grip, I needed both hands to open the water, but I also had the camera to carry. And at some point I realized that the camera had slipped away and part of the case was also gone. So I had like maybe, I don't know, 2/3 of the case of the camera with no camera. And then I turned around, but it was too late. I couldn't see the camera. And obviously with such a big wave of runners coming, I couldn't run the opposite way to try and find the camera. So I decided to let it go, and I went into such a panic mode at this time that I decided to not think about the camera and to carry on with the race. So yes, here we are. I know a race recap isn't really entertaining to watch without footage, so I'll do a quick one. But if you just want the results, well, I PB'd again. It's literally my 4th half marathon PB in 4 months. I finished in 1 hour 32 minutes 47 seconds, which is over 1 minute faster compared to my previous PB in Malaga last month. So out of all the drama, the big highlight of the race is the new PB, but it was not smooth sailing. The race itself was well organized, but people made it a mess. Instead of everyone entering their starting pen via the official entrance, well, they were literally moving fences to be as close as possible to the start line. And it was such a congested and chaotic start, and it is reflected in my pace of the first kilometer, 4 minutes 43 per K. 5K mark, we have the camera drama, and it took me forever to open that bottle of water, and I was just trying to control my panic. I had such an adrenaline rush that my chest was hurting. So I decided to forget about the camera and focus on the race. I don't think I was checking my pace that much, but when I was, I could tell that I was doing okay. But then I think it was around 13-14 kilometer mark, I went through a bit of a bad patch, and I actually never felt this bad in a race before, and I thought maybe I would need to pull out. That's how bad I felt. My legs were okay, but my heart rate was definitely too high, and I felt a bit nauseous and a bit weak as well. Maybe I was dehydrated due to the lack of water, maybe it was the adrenaline coming down that made me feel this way. But thankfully another water stop was coming up, and this time I managed to open the bottle a bit faster, and I walked, really took my time to take on some water, and thankfully I started to feel better. I was so happy to have got this second wind, and I managed to finish the race really strong and to pick up the pace again. So yes, that was good in the end. This is how my first race of 2023 went. I am obviously over the moon with the results and the PB, but it was my most dramatic race to date. My legs are absolutely fine, but I am still mentally exhausted from it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for following along my training for this race, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye!